Hi, students.
Welcome back. And for our third lecture, we are going to discuss more details about the practice in Islam and Muslim life.
Sure.
So would you like to share with me some you think student probably might interesting?
Okay, students, if you go to Indonesia or other countries, including maybe in Taiwan, and if you see someone, especially women, wear a hijab.
Yeah,
Which
hijab
is-
is a scarf.
Yeah, a scarf
Yes.
that covering their almost all of the body, excluding the face, and then you greet her. For example, for women, you can touch skin to skin with women. That's okay. But in our rules and regulations of our religions, it is not really good to have a skin to skin touch between a man and woman, especially a man and woman who we don't know.
Mm.
So, like for example, Mavis is a Muslim girl and I am a Muslim guy, and we meet in the street, and I want to say hi. You don't shake your hand like this.
This
It's
is
prohibited.
not allowed, yeah.
Some of the Muslim women who wear a hijab, she doesn't want to get touch with somebody or especially stranger. So you can do like this. Hi, how are you? That is the normal activities in Indonesia or some other countries who are, most of them are Muslims. But students, for your information, don't feel bad if somebody doesn't want to shake your hand. Because some of my friends who are foreigners come to Indonesia, and he wants to greet my friend who are a Muslim girl, and he starts to shake her hand, but the girl doesn't want to be shaken. So that is for you to understand that you can just do like this in order to respect them. That's one of the daily practice of Muslim in Indonesia.
Yeah. So maybe next time when you go to Indonesia, you can use this way to greet people if they don't want to touch your skin.
Especially for men
Men
and
and
women.
women.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the same gender, like woman and woman, that's totally fine. Yes. And Nafis, I also want to say to you, in Indonesia, we have, like for Muslim, we have another festival for Muslim around the world, and Indonesia is one of the big celebration, and it's also a national holiday. It's called the Idul Al-Adha. Wow, it's so hard to say. It's Idul Al-Adha, which is in the special day, that is the second biggest of Muslim day, which is at the time we normally pray in the morning. And what is the interesting things is after we praying, people are cutting the cow.
Cutting the cow.
Yeah, the live cow, and they being cut, and the meat they will give it to the poor people.
Okay.
So the value of this day is actually for people who have enough income to share their incomes, a little bit of their incomes to the people who are poor, to just sharing of their happiness. So most of the time, people can cut like the cow and also a lamb. Cow represent of 7 people, so only 7 people can collect their money, and then they can cut a cow. So one cow represents 7 people, and one goat or lamb is represent only 1 people.
Okay.
For example, I'm a Muslim and I wanted to do a cutting and sharing for poor people in this year, for example. And then me and my family gather together the monies to buy the cow, and we cut for 7 people of the members of the family and cut 1 cow. And for the meat, we can give it to the poor people. Yes, and but this is not an obligation. This is not a must. Just only for people who have enough income and willing to share.
Yeah, but it's beautiful to hear that because it's the way of everybody can live, and people can share for rich people, they can share with poor people. And that made me think of in Taiwan, when we do have some like pilgrimage. After the pilgrimage, we will have a lot of goods people donate to the temple, and usually the temple will share to the poor people, like what you said about the cutting the the cow or lamb, they can share to the people who needs those goods.
Wow. So the most practices of the good religions is how we can share. Is it
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, I think the most
Exactly.
important things is that. So at the time, in the Idul al Adha, we normally cut the cow, and after that we gather with the families and we eat some good food as well. So it's like the second biggest day, but it's not the same day with the Ramadan day. So yeah, many of people are very exciting to have this day as well.
Yeah, it sounds great to have another day people can gather together and share the good thing of the religion.
Yes. And Mavis, what about in Taiwan? I would like to know, like, is there any big festival, especially for religion festival in Taiwan?
Yeah, because you are asking, and I just think about there is a biggest festival. I think probably it's Buddhism, but it's also Taoism because, as I say, these two religions sometimes work together and they share the same value together. So we have the biggest Ghost Festival in July, but it's in lunar calendar.
Oh.
And in that whole month, we will have a feast. We will have people gather together
Mhm.
and gathering different goods, and we will pray and donate these things to our ancestor. So the whole month is actually for people to showing their respect, showing their love to their ancestor. So it's like a Day of the Dead in Spanish country.
What is the name of the festival?
We call 中元普渡. Yeah. In
What?
Japan,
Mhm.
they also have this kind of festival they call Obon, but it's the whole month people pray and they worship their ancestors.
Is there any special costume that we need to wear in that special day?
Usually not for everyone, but like if you visit the temple, it's similar to you mentioned Muslim visit Moscow. You shouldn't wear like a short pants.
Yeah, that's right.
But when people are praying, usually we just wear ordinary clothes. But during the special month, lunar calendar July, a lot of restriction. Yeah, it's like because that in that particular month, people are worship their ancestor. So for many people, they think it's not allowed to go to the beach, and it's not allowed to hang your clothes when it's night. You have to
Oh.
gather all back to your home because
Okay.
they think ghosts now is around the country, around the street, and it's not good to hanging out too late on the street.
So,
Yeah.
do you believe the things called reincarnations?
Yeah, because in our reading we have mentioned this. Some of the religions believe in reincarnation, like Hinduism and Buddhism, and also Taoism. People believe in what you do may have some impact to your next life. Personally, I kind of believe that, but how about you?
For me, based on our religions and based on my belief, I don't really believe on the reincarnations.
So you probably won't have this kind of festival to just for your ancestor, right?
No.
Yeah, but it's great that people have different idea to
Yeah.
the life
That's true.
when you adapt.
Okay, student.
Yeah, that's our third lecture, and we will still have two questions for you. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back. We have two questions for you.
Okay, question 1. What is the second biggest Muslim day?
Question number 2 is related to his question. In that particular day, people will cutting cow and share with poor people. So one cow represent how many people? And one goat or lamb represent how many people?
Good luck.
Bye bye.